What's up, everybody? Hey, it's STEM with Mr. C here on location at Gravenstein Elementary School. That's right, we are here in the wild, otherwise known as the recess yard. So today is going to be part 2 of our survival science. Part 1, if you missed that one, you're going to want to click up there. And that's where we made the solar still, where we took dirty, yucky, nasty salt water colored with food coloring, and using the water cycle of evaporation into condensation into precipitation, we made clean drinking water. It was really cool. So today's going to be something very similar. We're still making a solar still, but this one requires a lot less effort. And generally is going to include things that you might have. So obviously it can be difficult to find some of these different materials, have a cup and all these things in a survival situation. So today is really we're going to be pulling water from a tree. No That's right. Way. We are going to use trees and how they breathe, right? Trees breathe. And we are going to make water. It's going to be really awesome. So for this experiment, you really only need, well, 4 things. You're going to need some sort of plastic bag. The bigger the better, but if you just want to see it in action, a gallon or a quart-sized plastic bag is great. If you've got one of those big clear trash bags, that's going to be fantastic. You do want it to be clear because you do need sunlight shining through to the tree, okay? So, plastic bag is 1. I recommend a zip tie or a rubber band. Rubber band will be fine because we need to secure it around that tree. You're gonna need a small rock, and that's just gonna be placed in the bottom of the bag, right? So that's where we know the water's gonna drip down, just like we did with the solar still. And then finally, you're just gonna need a tree, okay? So let's talk about picking our trees. 1, they need to be deciduous trees, right? We'll put a definition there, deciduous, but these are the ones that lose their leaves every winter, and then when comes spring, they get their leaves back again, and all is right in the world. You also, for right now, I don't recommend drinking this water, but in a survival situation, if you absolutely have to, you're gonna be fine. But here's a tip. Don't pick a poisonous plant, okay? Because any water that comes from that poisonous plant is likely going to be poisonous, is going to make you very sick. So stay away from poison oak. There's lots of other trees that are poisonous out there. Oleander is going to be one. I used to have oleander trees in the back of my house. Very, very poisonous. Don't want to use those. But using these, right, anything around in this area is going to be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and just get right into it. So I've got my bag right here. And all we're gonna do, and we're gonna explain how this works at the end. You know how we do it. I show you the experiment, we do it, we go, oh my gosh, that's super cool. And then we explain the science behind it, okay? I'm actually gonna do this in 3 different locations. So the first one's out here by the lower recess yard. And all we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a tree branch, okay? And all we're gonna do is stuff it into a plastic bag. So I'm gonna put my zip ties right here in my pocket. So I've got my rock in my hand, and all we're doing is you want to stuff as many leaves as you can in that plastic bag. So go ahead and open up your plastic bag. I'm gonna stuff it in there. Okay. Now another thing you can do, there we go, and it's going to be super awkward, it's going to look really weird, and since I have a smaller bag, I may not be able to fit that much in there. Okay, I'm gonna get some of the stuff off here. So I've got a little break there. That's good. Okay. And don't worry, the tree will heal itself. But again, this is a good survival situation you want to do this in. You need to get water. Trees are very effective at making water. All right, so now, and see I've got these little fuzzies in there. Try and get those out as best you can. All right, you're gonna put your rock and just put it in the bottom corner, just like that, so it points down, okay? I'm gonna put one more leaf, as many leaves as I can get in there, right? The more leaves you get in there, the more water you're gonna create, which is, well, really cool. All right, so now once you have all of your leaves in there, you need to secure this shut, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I am going to, you just take this, bundle it up, take your zip tie or your rubber band, and you're just going to tie it in really, really tightly. You don't want anything leaking out. You want it to be as tight as you can possibly make it. Okay? And I'm going to show you guys. I'll pick up my camera and show you in a minute. So just secure it around as tight as you can make it. Okay? There we go. And there we go. Perfect. All right. Tighten it. Nice and tight. There we go. That is beautiful. And I'm going to go ahead and bend it down just a little. Perfect. All right. So let's see what we have here. So there we go. Now, again, that's going to be kind of, we're going to get some of the, obviously, dirt and the little plant things in our water. That's fine. But you see, I've got it nice and zip tied up there. It's fairly tight, not a lot's going to get through there. And I've got a whole bunch of leaves in there, and they're all bent. And I did break slightly one of them. We're going to talk about why that works. Okay, so there's one. Let's go ahead and go on location to the other one. We're going to do this in the front of the courtyard. All right, everybody, we're back, and we're here at the front. And we've got the front trees here, so we're going to try this out. So again, I always remember telling you, you got to make sure it's in a sunny location. So right now I've got the sun clearly right in my face, so this is going to be a great location. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I take my plastic bag, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and put this over the leaves. All right, go ahead and open this up. And you want to stuff as many leaves in there as you can, okay? Put a few in there, and I'm going to try and get this whole branch in there. So the more leaves you put in there, the more water you're going to collect, because that's more surface area that the plant is going to try and get water to. Okay, so I got a couple little dry leaves in there. Remember, take your rock, okay, put it in the bottom corner, just like that. Bottom corner of your Ziploc bag, okay? And I'm gonna stuff a few more, as many as you can get in there, okay? Now, if you have a small quart-sized bag, you're probably not gonna fit much in there. If you have a giant plastic bag, you can obviously fit a lot more, okay? There we go. And I'm pretty good with that. It's about as much as I'm gonna fit in there. Okay, and then I'm gonna give it a little bend. There we go. And then, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. So I'll show you what I did. Make sure we wrap it tightly. There we go, perfect. Just around there. All right. And then, so zip ties work really well. Rubber bands also work just as fine, okay? Zip tie it up, as tight as you can get it. And there we go. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. So here we have, you can see, all right, there's the bag. I've got it nice and sealed up, and you can already see some of that, there you go, some of that condensation's already starting to happen. So this is why you want it in a nice sunny place. The rock's at the bottom, so everything's gonna weigh down, so the water is gonna trickle down. Perfect. All right, let's go do one more. All right, everybody, here we are, and for the first time, I actually have an audience here. I've got my kindergarten over here. What's up, kindergarten?
Hi, Mrs. Lee.
Oh, there they are, see? And I got first grade over there. So I got a live audience. First time, a little nervous. We'll see how well I do. So you guys have already done this, third time. And you're gonna take your plastic bag, and I've got some rocks in the bottom here. And all we're gonna do is, remember, just stuff the leaves in here. There we go. Get as many as you can. Many as you can. Perfect. All right. And then you're just going to zip tie it shut. There we go. All right. And let's take a look at what we have. So there is our, so right in nice sunlight, perfect. And then we do want to bend it down slightly. Okay, not too much. We don't want to break the branch, right? Right? So we got our rock at the bottom, perfect. We have our zip tie around there. It's all sealed up, nice and tight. And so in about a couple hours, we'll check on this in about 4 hours. We'll see if we have any water that we can maybe drink. All right, don't go anywhere, or if you have to go somewhere, just be back in 4 hours. Yeah, it won't be 4, it'll be like 5 minutes to you guys. All right, bye. All right, what's up everybody? Hey, it's Mr. C here, and check it out. So it's been about 3 days since we did the solar still on the plants, and look at that, we got a good amount of water here. It's hard to see because we have these leaves and rocks there, but check this out. We're gonna go ahead and put this down. Check this out. Let's see how much water we got from here. So if you wanna harvest the water from the tree, all you really have to do is just take your cup and just cut a little, just like that, and look at all that water come out. Not too shabby. Let's get the rest of it. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Oh, look at that. Nice, fresh, clean water. Squeeze a little bit more out. All right, now again, this is only a gallon bag, right? A gallon bag of water. And that's a good amount of water we just pulled, right? Just from a small little bag like that. Not bad. And then, of course, the question is this drinkable? Well, of course it is, right? Oh, I don't want to lose any of this stuff. There we go. So again, my bag's kind of bunched up just because I've got so many leaves in there. But look at that, that's pretty good. Now the question is Mr. C gonna drink this? And the answer is, yes I am. So let's go ahead and move this right here. Now again, this is why I said, don't do this with poisonous plants, okay? Obviously you don't wanna do that. So let's go ahead and check it out here, and I'm gonna sniff it. Water from a tree. Third grade's looking at me like, are you really gonna drink it? Well, I'll show you, see? Water from a tree. What do you mean, ew? Third grade's, ew! What? All right, here we go, ready? Tastes like, it's just water. Just tastes like water. Water from a tree. That is fresh, clean water right there.
It's clean. It's cold. Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
That's really good. That's really good. All right, so I've got 2 other solar stills I gotta go check out right now. No, it tastes a little bit like the tree. Like a little bit. You don't know what, you've never like chewed on a leaf before? Like a little bit, but it's, I mean, that is fresh, clean water right there. That's good. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next station, and that's gonna be in between 1st and 2nd grade. I didn't get a lot of water from there, just because I don't think it was in the sunlight, but we're gonna go check it out anyway, so don't go anywhere. Okay, everybody, I'm back here on location. I've got kindergarten, does not believe that I'm actually gonna drink water from my solar still here. So let's go ahead and get nice and close. So here, oh yeah, they don't believe me. They don't believe me. All right, so again, to get the water from here, there wasn't a lot in here, and that's just because it probably wasn't in the sun very much. But I'm just gonna clip the bottom, and there's water. There we go, not a lot, that's okay. Now again, this is a little dirty, and that's probably either because of the rock, but that's okay, right? And now, here's the test.
No, don't do it.
All right, how many of you guys think I'm gonna drink it, yes or no?
Yes. You look this sick. You're gonna get really sick.
I'm not gonna get really sick. All right, here we go. Ooh, it smells like a tree. Here we go. I'm kidding, I'm fine. I just did that for the crowd.
You, no, you're very good, you. No, you are very good.
There you go, so it tastes just fine. Yeah, it just tastes a little bit like a tree. So if you've ever like chewed on a tree before, like a leaf?
Yeah, I chewed on a leaf.
Have you guys ever chewed on leaves before?
Yeah, no. We always draw a leaf.
Yeah, so this really just tastes like leaf water is really it. That's it. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. I got one more solar still to try, and that's in the recess yard. So we're gonna check it out. And that one's got a lot of water. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. All right, what's up, everybody? I'm on my third and final solar still. And I have some 5th graders in the back who asked to be in the video as a background, so as my cheerleaders. So again, we've got, this one did really well. This one was in, and I got a lot of water here. And again, you're gonna notice it's a little brown, and that's either because of the rock, or that could be because of these little things right there, right? And again, it's not bad, it's just gonna affect the taste. So, let's go ahead and see how much water we got. All right. There we go, not too bad. Yeah, I mean, that's a good amount of water right there. That's a lot of water, and that's only a 1 gallon bag. Let's go ahead and switch it out. And again, I know it doesn't look appetizing. It's like, oh, it's not clean. But again, this is survival. And so if this little cup of water means the difference between surviving another day or not, is one of these things that you're just gonna do it. Again, this is probably from the rock. I didn't wash it off beforehand. It's fine. I'm fine with it. Or it could be from these little things right here. But I did it with the other 3. Let's try this right now. Here we go. It smells like a tree.
Tastes good?
Yeah, tastes like water. Tastes a little bit like if you've ever chewed on a leaf of the tree, it's gonna have that flavor to it. But yeah, it's just fine. I mean, this is water. This will keep you alive in a survival situation. Here we go, last one. Not bad. I don't want the little crusty stuff there. Okay, so let's go back to the lab and talk about, one, how do we get all this water from here? How did that actually happen? Is it magic? Is it science? I don't know. Mr. C, tell us. Also, when you're done with this, please make sure and take the bags off. You don't want to, if you leave this too long, the leaves in that part of the tree will die. So make sure and take these off. Okay, let's go and talk about what's happening here on Survival Science. Hey everybody, welcome back. So we're back here and we're gonna talk a little bit about how this survival science worked. How were we able to pull water from a tree? And what was impressive was the amount of water because we only really used our 1 gallon Ziploc bag. I still have a lot of water droplets in here. Now imagine if we'd used something bigger, like maybe a 10 gallon or 20 gallon large clear trash bag. We'd be able to pull a lot more water. So I know it didn't seem like much, like a little bit of maybe 3 ounces of water, and it took about 3 days. But the larger the trash bag, the more branches and leaves you can get in there, the more water you're gonna get. So let's talk about how this worked. So really, we know, obviously, that people breathe, right? We breathe in oxygen and we let out carbon dioxide. Trees do the same thing, they just do it differently. They breathe in carbon dioxide and then they let out oxygen and a little bit of water vapor. And so we can say that trees and plants breathe, but the technical term is transpiration. And that is actually one of the parts of the water cycle where we get our water. Trees take in water from their roots, from the ground, from rainwater, whatever. Remember, through the xylem, those special cells that pull water from the roots up to the rest of the tree. And they give it to the leaves. So what we did is we basically trapped those leaves in kind of like a greenhouse. And so we trapped, just like we did with the solar still, that evaporated water has nowhere to go because the trees are still breathing. And so that's where you see that water vapor condense, good word, on our plastic bag. Now we put the rock there to weigh it down so we know the water is gonna go from here all the way down to here. So then you can just clip it off and you've got some water there. And so that's really what we did. It's called transpiration. So where do the leaves breathe from, right? So the top part of our leaf is nice and waxy, and that helps protect the leaf and the plant. Underneath, it's a little more fuzzy. That's where the leaves breathe from. And that they have little special mouths called stomata. That's right, and so they are breathing in carbon dioxide and letting out oxygen and water vapor. So all we really did was just trap that water that they're breathing out and then give it to ourselves. That's it. Again, so make sure and please be careful. Don't do this with poisonous trees, poison oak, poison ivy, oleanders. There's lots of trees you don't want to do this with. If you have any questions, like I'm not sure if that's a good tree or not, then don't drink the water. Okay. Again, survival science, right? You want to get water and drink it to make you feel better. You don't want to drink water that's going to make you sick. Okay, so that's really just a fancy sort of solar still, but it does require a lot less effort, right? We don't have to dig a hole. We don't have to find a bowl with like plastic wrap and then put a bag around a tree, tighten it up, put a rock, make sure a rock's in the bottom to weigh it down, wait a couple days, and you got fresh water. All right, so you probably saw some of the water was dirty, and then the question is, well, isn't there a way to like clean that water? And yes, it is. Our next video is actually going to be how to make a water filter. You're not going to want to miss it. It's another part of our survival science. It's going to be awesome. All right, you guys, that's it for me, and I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for some more STEM with Mr. C. Bye.